You're listening to the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to the first edition of Throwback Thursday. Uh, I did this back in the day, and I decided to revitalize the channel and bring back Throwback Thursday. So, for this edition of Throwback Thursday, we're going to be covering my top three moments from SmackDown from last week's episode of Raw. I'm going to give you a preview for the next week's episode of Raw and SmackDown, and I will give you the match of the week. Every week, I'll be presenting a match that I want you to check out, random matches that just pop up in my head that I want you to watch. So, first, let's talk about last week's episode of SmackDown. SmackDown was live last week, and a lot of stuff happened here. We found out the number one contenders for the WWE title. We also found the number one contenders for the WWE Women's Championship. But let's discuss my top three moments from SmackDown. So, moment number three: Naomi defeats Tiffany Stratton to be able to challenge Bayley next week on SmackDown for the Women's Championship. I do love Tiffany Stratton, but I'm a huge fan of Naomi. I do think she deserves a title shot. I have a feeling Tiffany's going to get involved, but for me, seeing Naomi be able to advance and fight Bayley gives me hope that we're going to see a lot more of Naomi this year. So I'm excited for that. Number two moment was the end when LA Knight and AJ Styles face off. We know that these two will go on SmackDown next week, and then winner will challenge WWE champion Cody Rhodes live in France at Backlash. So just knowing that that's on the line was exciting to see. They didn't have a great match at Mania, but maybe AJ Styles would get the win. I don't know. And the number one moment from SmackDown, obviously everyone's talking about this. I'm calling it the new Bloodline. Tama Tonga debuts and attacks Jimmy Uso with the help of Jimmy's brother Solo. And they're saying this is on by the orders of the tribal chief. And I have a feeling that this is not orders from Roman Reigns. We saw Paul Heyman looking scared. This is a new bloodline, a new hostile takeover. I'm excited to see what Tama Tonga is all about. And that was my number one moment from SmackDown. Let's cover the top three moments from Raw. Number three, we get the new look at the World Tag Team Championships. Beautiful titles in my eyes. Awesome Truth are now the holders of it, and the titles look great. I'm a big fan of them. They look better than the old belts, and I'm looking forward to see them with these titles and what they're going to do with it. The number two moment, this moment wasn't happy for me, it made me sad. Rhea Ripley vacates the WWE World Women's Championship after holding it for over a year. Rhea has been dominant, has been defending. She's like one of the number one draws in the company. So knowing that she's going to be out for a couple of months sucks. And this definitely was a sad moment, but a moment that was important nonetheless. And the number one moment from SmackDown, the assault, the attack. Chad Gable ruthlessly assaults Sami Zayn in front of his wife. Chad was not able to beat Sami. He holds up his arm after the match and then out of nowhere nails a German suplex on the floor, applies a sharpshooter around the post, and just brutally assaults Sami Zayn. I didn't expect that to happen. And when it did happen, I was shocked. I'm excited to see what developments will take place next week. So those are my top three moments from both Raw and SmackDown this week. You can check out my recap of both Raw and SmackDown in the archives. I'm going to give you now our SmackDown preview for the April 19th, 2024 episode, which will be premiering tomorrow night if you're watching this live. If not, well, it won't be tomorrow night. But it is on April 19th, 2024. We're going to find out the number one contenders for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions. We have Legado del Fantasma taking on the Street Profits, taking on AOP and the New Catch Republic. I'm excited to see which team goes on to get the titles. I have a feeling it's either going to be Profits or New Catch Republic. Also, we're going to have the WWE Women's Championship on the line. The new Women's Champion Bayley defending against Naomi. I have a feeling somebody's going to get involved, whether it be Tiffany Stratton or Io Sky. We haven't seen Io since WrestleMania. She might want to rematch at Backlash, but someone's going to get involved. But nonetheless, it will be a great match between Bayley and Naomi. And we will find out who will be the number one contender for Cody Rhodes at Backlash. It will be LA Knight versus AJ Styles. It will be a great match. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's episode of SmackDown. A lot happening. Next, we're going to cover the Raw. That's taking place on April 22nd, 2024. We don't know much about this. We did find out we will have a new WWE World Women's Champion crowned. We don't know how, we don't know who will be competing, but that's a mystery. I'm excited to see about that. We also have Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough taking on Andrade and Ricochet. After Ricochet made the save for Andrade, these two are going to team up to try to destroy Judgment Day. And we have the new World Tag Team Champions, Awesome Truth, defending against the number one contenders, DIY. This is going to be a good match. I feel like Awesome Truth is going to retain the titles, but nonetheless, another great night of action here on Raw for us. And before we go, our match of the week. This match takes place from the Royal Rumble 2000, a special tables match, the Dudley Boyz versus the Hardy Boyz. A great tag match, the first ever tag team tables match in WWE history. You can check it out on the WWE Network. Out of the States, you could check it out of the States on the WWE Network. In the States, you can check it out on Peacock. But that is it for the first edition of Throwback Thursday. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This will be a weekly show, so we'll be doing more stuff as the weeks go on. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe and stay uncensored.